Today, I have played a lot. I'm totally exhausted. I'm gasping. My lungs need rest now. I won't breathe for next 2 hours. Do we ever say that? Or your stomach says, I'm on leave today. Or your heart says, I'm tired now. I will rest for half hour. You must have thought, what nonsense. It's true. This is never possible. Because if such things happen in reality, then it will be very dangerous for us. So children, our body is like a huge factory, and organs and our body parts work in this factory. You know about sense organs and internal organs. These sense organs and internal organs are working continuously for day and night. The sense organs give us knowledge about our surroundings. Nose, eyes, ears, skin, and tongue are sense organs. Though we cannot see the internal organs, they work continuously. Today, we are going to learn more about their functions. Just tell me, what will happen if you do not get food? You will certainly survive for a day, isn't it? But if somebody asks you to close your nose and stop breathing, then what will you do? It is totally impossible for us. Just think, to inhale and to exhale have become so habitual to us that we rarely think how important it is for us. But do we respire by nose only? No. Respiration is the function of our respiratory system, in which many internal organs are working together. Come on, let us learn more about them. Let's learn how do we respire. We inhale air through our nose. This air goes into the trachea through the nose. This air enters the lungs through two branches of the trachea. In the lungs, these two branches divide further into smaller and smaller branches. At the end of each last branch, there are air sacs or alveoli. When the outside air reaches the alveoli, the oxygen in it passes into the thin blood vessels around the alveoli. With the blood, it is carried to all the parts of the body. At the same time, the carbon dioxide that is brought by the blood from all parts of the body enters the air in the alveoli. When we exhale, the carbon dioxide is also given out with the air. Exchange of gases. When the outside air reaches the alveoli, the oxygen in it passes into the thin blood vessels around the alveoli. With the blood, it is carried to all parts of the body. At the same time, the carbon dioxide that is brought by the blood from all the parts of the body enters the air in the alveoli. When we exhale, the carbon dioxide is also given out with the air. In this way, exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide gases takes place in the alveoli. Function of the diaphragm. Between the thoracic cavity and the abdominal cavity, there is an organ like a flexible sheet. It is called the diaphragm. When the diaphragm moves downward, we breathe in and the incoming air fills the alveoli in the lungs. Look here, the diaphragm works like this. When the diaphragm moves upwards, air in the lungs is pushed out. This is our respiratory system. All the organs which are involved in the function of respiration together form the respiratory system. The respiratory system includes the sense organ nose and internal organs like trachea, two lungs, and diaphragm. Outside air enters our body due to respiration. We live in the surroundings where air is very polluted. What will happen if this polluted air enters our body? But children, this never happens. Do you know the reason for this? The inner lining of the respiratory organs has fine hair-like structures called cilia. On this inner lining, there is also a layer of a sticky substance called mucus. The dust and smoke particles in air stick to this substance. Thus, the harmful substances in the air cannot reach the lungs. Just think how perfectly nature has done preventive arrangements to prevent our body from harmful substances. However, we behave against the nature and become addict to bad habits like smoking and make harm to our own body. Due to smoking, particles of nicotine in cigarettes and tobacco enters the lungs and can cause lung cancer. Digestive system. Like respiration, food is important to give strength and energy to our body. To understand how we get strength from food, we have to learn the journey of food in our body. Come on, let's understand our digestive system. This process takes place in different parts of a long and flexible tube inside our body. This tube is called the alimentary canal. The upper end of this tube is the mouth and the lower end is called the anus. Various organs in the alimentary canal are called as digestive organs. Certain glands which are located outside the alimentary canal also help for digestion. The process of digestion begins as soon as food is taken into the mouth. The teeth, tongue and saliva in the mouth all help to convert food into a soft, moist ball called a bolus, which is easy to swallow. The bolus passes through the esophagus into the stomach. The stomach is shaped like a bag. Here, the food is churned. The digestive juices in the stomach bring about some digestive processes. At the same time, some disease-producing germs in the food are also destroyed. The food changes into a thin slurry in the stomach. Then, it passes into the small intestine. The small intestine of an adult is about 7 meters long. The digestive juices in the intestine bring about several digestive processes. The secretions of certain glands like pancreas, liver, and gallbladder, which are located outside the alimentary canal, also help the process of digestion. This is just like helping a friend, isn't it? Here, the secretions of these glands help the process of digestion. As a result of all these digestive processes, certain substances are produced, which are useful to the body and are absorbed into the blood. The remaining substances began their journey towards the large intestine. The large intestine of an adult is about 1.5 meters long. After digestion, remaining substances enter the large intestine. Here, much of the water in the remaining substances is absorbed into the body and feces or stools are formed. The feces get collected in the rectum for some time. Later, they are expelled from the body through the anus. This is our digestive system. It includes mouth, salivary gland, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus. Glands like liver, pancreas and the gallbladder are also included in the digestive system. As other organs in our digestive system are important, our teeth and tongue are equally important. If the food is chewed properly, then it will digest better and faster. Hence, we must take special care of our teeth. While having our meals, we must enjoy the various food items in the meal. Children, The function of our salivary glands is to secrete the fluid saliva to make bolus of the chewed food. Just think, you have just come from the school. You are very exhausted, tired and hungry. Just imagine, as soon as you enter the home, you feel delicious smell of fresh and hot pohe. Isn't it a mouth-watering idea? First, we smell the food. Means our nose is also involved in this process. And when we eat a morsel of hot pohe, oh, what a delicious taste! Our tongue tells us the taste. Thus, first we enjoy eating food and then the process of digestion starts. But children, if the food is spoiled, the nose and tongue tell us immediately. Because the spoiled food items tastes bad and even smells bad. Pay attention to such changes in food. So children, do you ever think how the food is passed forward through the alimentary canal? The answer is water. The role of water is very important in the process of digestion. During the process of digestion, food is passed forward gradually. It is forwarded from mouth to stomach, from stomach to small intestine. So water is necessary during this journey of food. So children, have you choked on while eating? What do elders in the home suggest us then? Why do they always suggest to eat slowly and not to talk while eating? The reason for this is the upper ends of both the esophagus and the windpipe open in the throat next to each other. When food is swallowed, the windpipe remains closed. But when we eat in a hurry, the food may enter the windpipe and cause us to choke on it. We cough and the food particles are immediately thrown out. What did we learn? We have learnt about the respiratory system. The respiratory system includes the sense organ, nose, and includes the internal organs, trachea, lungs, and the diaphragm. We have learnt that exchange of gases takes place in the alveoli. We have learnt the function of the diaphragm. Impurities in air do not reach the lungs because the inner lining of the respiratory organs has fine hair-like structures called cilia. On this inner lining, there is also a layer of a sticky substance called mucus. The dust and smoke particles stick to this substance. Thus, the harmful substances in the air cannot reach the lungs. We have learned that how digestion of food takes place. In the mouth, teeth, saliva and tongue make a bolus of the food which can be easily swallowed. The bolus travels through the esophagus and enters the stomach. Here, it is churned, digested with the help of digestive juices, germs are killed and a slurry is made. In the small intestine, digestive process takes place. Certain glands help for digestion. Substances which are useful for our body are absorbed in the blood. The digested food then enters the large intestine. Water in this food is absorbed and feces and stools are formed. The feces get collected in the rectum for some time. Later, they are expelled from the body through the anus. This is our digestive system. Mouth, saliva, esophagus, stomach, liver, pancreas, gallbladder, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and anus are included in the digestive system. Teeth, tongue, and nose also participate in the process of digestion. Exercise. Write names of the glands which help for the process of digestion. What will you advise to Ramu who talks non-stop while eating? Match the pairs of organ and its function. Alveoli, diaphragm, nose. Air enters through it. Exchange of gases takes place. A flexible sheet-like organ between the thoracic cavity and the abdominal cavity. Frame a dialogue explaining the functions of the respiratory organs and present it in your class with your friends.